Hello, I'm Joetta Beaver.
And I'm Mark Carter.
We're co-authors of the DRA3, the Developmental Reading Assessment, 3rd edition. We want to share with you a little bit about the history of the assessment, which actually began in the late 1980s. And we were both of us were working in a district in the state of Ohio, and at that time, the state of Ohio was asking districts to report at-risk students in reading. And so we did not have an identified assessment within our district that was used consistently across schools, and we did not want to use a standardized test.
That's right, because Joetta, if we had used a standardized test, those tests would have removed really the teacher from that process. And then the test would have been sent away, and teacher may not have gotten results for a long time. We wanted an assessment we knew that would help teachers become connoisseurs of reading. We wanted an assessment that would help the students be a part of the process. And we wanted an assessment that would inform teachers immediately so that they could use those results to have an impact on the students' progress.
Right. We also wanted an assessment that reflected what real readers do. You know, they preview a book, they read a book, and then they talk in some way about what they've read and understood or thought about a book. So we wanted the assessment to include those components. We began by meeting with a group of teachers and asking them to brainstorm and list the characteristics and behaviors of good readers. And some of the things we noticed that good readers are engaged. As we said, they read, they enjoy reading, they have favorite books, favorite authors, they talk about what they read, they recommend books to one another. And so that's one of the things that we wanted our assessment to attend to.
We began to understand also that students are really good oral readers. The good readers are good oral readers. They can read with accuracy, they read with a good rate, they read with expression and with appropriate phrasing. As they're reading, they understand what they're reading. They might have to go back and reread so that the story that they're reading makes sense.
Yes, good readers also comprehend before, during, and after reading. They're constructing meaning, they're responding, they're thinking about what they're reading. So a part of our assessment, we include a preview and prediction. And then while their oral reading teachers are observing their reading behaviors, are they monitoring? Are they self-correcting? Do they read with expression, as Mark has already said? But then after reading, are they able to share effectively what they've read and what they've understood?
That's right. Good readers respond. They're eager to respond,
Yes.
And they can respond in a variety of ways. They can answer literal questions. Good readers can answer inferential questions. Good readers can give a good retelling, or they can write a well-structured written summary of a text.
Also, good readers know about reading strategies and comprehension strategies. They're aware when things aren't making sense, and they can use strategies to help them be better at comprehending. For example, they can make connections, they can pose questions, they can think about background knowledge, what they already know about a topic, what they know about the genre. So we also are asking in the developmental reading assessment about metacognitive awareness.
That's right. So we took all of these ideas.
Yes, yes.
We took all of these ideas and we designed an effective assessment rooted in these ideas to help teachers make observations
Yes.
and judgments about students' progress as readers.
So we really began in the primary grades, with the primary grades meeting and developing an assessment that was practical and effective and efficient for them to use, giving them the information that was needed at the state level, the district level, also for their instructions, and then having really concrete information to share with parents how their child or children were doing as readers.
I think today, Joetta, and the thing that we're most proud of, and maybe the vision that we have for DRA going forward, is it continued to be a practical and efficient and an effective classroom assessment that informs parents,
Yes.
it informs teachers, and it informs district administrators about the progress that all readers are making.
Right. But it's also an enjoyable experience for children. So, we have always had books that we felt complete stories. We don't want them to read just an excerpt from a story, but a complete story, so that children can enjoy this experience while they're being assessed. It isn't just read this, answer this question, but we're wanting to get a preview or insight into how the child is thinking, constructing meaning as they're reading and then retelling or summarizing what they've read.
Well, that's right. We want the children to use a real reading process to be good readers while they're doing this assessment, and to practice the behaviors and habits that good readers use.
I know we've said this before. We met with groups of teachers, and teachers, classroom teachers, reading specialists, and administrators have been involved in the process of developing and revising and adding to the DRA over the last 20 years.
Yes, that's right.
We continue to listen, excuse me, Mark.
No.
We continue to listen to teachers in the field. What is needed? What do they need next? So early on, we realized we originally had just 20 texts, and then we needed more text. So we developed what we called alternative texts. And then the next need was, we have it for the primary grades. Now we need it for the intermediate and middle school grades. So Mark and I have we've worked together over the years to continue to meet and to fulfill what teachers are asking for in the field.
Yeah, and I think most recently, Joetta, from focus groups, teachers wanted more nonfiction texts.
Yes.
And so in the DRA3, we've included many more nonfiction texts at each grade level.
In fact, now at every DRA level, we have 4 texts, 2 nonfiction and 2 fiction, starting even at level 1, going on up to level 80. We're excited about the new books. They're beautifully done, and I'm sure the children will find them very appealing and engaging.
That's right. Well, thank you very much. Hope this gives you a little bit of an idea of how DRA began, what's important to us in the DRA, and maybe some of our vision and goals.
So we will still keep our ears open. If you have other suggestions, please let us know. Thank you.